It really is the most wonderful time of the year. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my non-spoiler review of the first 2 episodes of Marvel Studios HAWKEYE, the latest Marvel show that has hit Disney+. Again, no spoilers, just my brief thoughts on the show, and then I'll have way more in-depth videos on these episodes. When the episode does drop, I'll have a spoiler breakdown of both episodes in one video, as well as a watch party. So I'm doing a lot of HAWKEYE content, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future Marvel content coverage. So since the moment I saw the trailer for this show, I had a feeling I was really going to be a fan of it. It just has the Christmas vibes, and I've said this like 40 times on the channel, but it has Die Hard vibes, as you've got this family man who's trying to take care of this business before Christmas rolls around. He doesn't really want to get looped into it, but he does. That's kind of the vibes I got from the trailer, and that's very similar to the show. It does have Die Hard vibes, and I can tell it's building up more and more to that, but aside from that, Kate Bishop is introduced in the show, and she is a great character. I absolutely love what they're doing with her, as she's so lovable out of the gate, and just has so much charisma on screen that I can tell she's going to be a major star in the MCU for years to come. Everyone's going to be a fan of her, and most people are going to be dressing up as Kate Bishop for Halloween next year, I feel like. This immediately cements itself as an MCU show right out of the gate. I won't say anything, but I think that longtime Marvel fans will be happy with the first episode of the show for sure. And because of this, it really does have that classic MCU feel, as well as the charm that I feel like some of these MCU shows were missing. I think The Falcon and the Winter Soldier does the best job of feeling the most MCU out of the other TV show projects. This one follows suit, as it is based in Earth. It's in New York City, and it's not, you know, some multiversal thing. It's not as grand as some of the other Marvel properties we've been getting. It's very small scale, and I'm a big fan of things like that. The show also does a good job of tackling how damaged Clint is. Like, we actually see the repercussions of some things that have caused him to deal with trauma in life and have really had an effect on his life, as well as seeing him just adapt to normal life post-Avengers, because in a way he is retired. So I think that it really does make for some nice chemistry that could be set up later between Clint and Kate's characters, as there are so many interesting dynamics to follow, and there's so much established in the first 2 episodes of the show that I can't wait to see how the next 4 episodes play out, because there are going to be a ton of reveals throughout this show. I'm ready to see the direction the show is in, because I wanted to binge every single episode after I watched the first 2, and I wish that Marvel would almost release all their episodes at once, because in a way, I actually feel like that can benefit the story. I'd be remiss if I were not to mention the fact that this takes place during Christmas. I'm wearing my Home Alone Christmas sweater, the Wet Bandits, you gotta love them, but it definitely has a Christmas feel. There's, you know, shots of New York City with, you get a Christmas tree, Christmas lights. There's just that vibe to it, which I feel like adds that extra sense of nostalgia and comfort in a way. Even though I don't have nostalgia for the character of Hawkeye, really, it's more so nostalgia I get around this time of year, where I feel happy inside when I watch the show. And I think Hawkeye kind of encapsulates a Christmas vibe and a holiday season feel really well, and I had been saying this throughout the entire promotional campaign. I think this is going to be a hit more so than the other shows, because it has Christmas to fall back on, and I think that's going to enhance a lot of people's experience with the show, because it's just a happy time of year with friends and family, and this show is definitely playing into the family vibe, as we're going to see familial relations develop throughout the show, and I'm just ready for it. I'm so ready to sink my teeth into the rest of the show. A lot of interesting relationships are being set up, and I'm interested to see how they come in down the road when it comes to parallels and certain aspects like that, and so many seeds are being planted for later episodes that are going to come to fruition eventually. In all honesty, Kate Bishop is the lead of the show, not Hawkeye, and that doesn't really bother me. I've never been a massive Hawkeye fan. I don't have anything against him, but he still has his moments in the show where he's like the front man, but at the same time, this show is really focusing on introducing Kate Bishop, and she is carrying the show, especially in the first episode. It's mainly about her, it feels like, and Clint is kind of just this mentor figure. That's what I figured the show was going to be, and I think moving forward, we're just going to see their relationship develop more, and I honestly think that this is just a big setup for Kate Bishop to have a major role moving forward in the MCU, because again, Hailee Steinfeld's a freaking megastar, and she just has such a great screen presence, and I think most people are going to resonate with her character a lot, because she is younger, and there's a younger MCU audience out there around my age. We don't really get leads that are this young, and I think she's just really relatable to people my age. The show also has a lot of comedy that does work for me. Of course, there's going to be the classic MCU stuff, but it's always been comedy that I enjoy, and I think it does hit in this show. There wasn't a ton of action in the first 2 episodes, but again, what we got, I was a fan of, because it's just hinting at what's to come later. It's a lot like a Die Hard type action, where it's not conventional action set piece so far, it's more so situational, and it just worked for me. I think this show does a good job of calling back to prior things in the MCU, so that us MCU fans can have something to kind of be like, oh, I remember that, or it's just like a fan servicey moment, but there's a lot to introduce moving forward, especially with the way the second episode leaves off. I think that's going to leave viewers just wanting more and longing for the next episode. But I do think it was a smart decision to release these 2 episodes together, because it's kind of like the establishment of this entire show and the world of the show and the characters, and moving forward, it's like, okay, let's really take it into full gear here and take it to the next level. And I think that's what the next few episodes are going to do. And I expect the next one to have a certain action set piece that we've seen in trailers, which I cannot wait to finally watch on screen. Also, Lucky is the goated MCU animal, and I hope we get a Funko Pop because I love that dog and I want to claim it as my own. I also want some pizza now. Overall, the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye were joyful. I just had so much fun watching them. Again, a small-scale MCU story that's really my cup of tea because I've always liked those simple stories, and this one's right up my alley. Of the premieres or the first 2 episodes, I prefer it over What If. I prefer it over WandaVision. I think I might prefer it over The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and perhaps Loki. I mean, we'll have to see how the rest of the show plays out to see where it ranks. And it's not a recency bias thing. It's just a vibe. Like, I love the Christmas time, and Kate Bishop's a character that I connected with more so than any of the other leads in the Marvel shows. And I love how this is a holiday season show that's really tackling family in the MCU. So it goes without saying that Hawkeye is a must-watch when the first 2 episodes drop on November 24th, especially for longtime Marvel fans or Marvel fans in general. I think you guys are all really going to enjoy this one, and make sure to stay tuned for my coverage of Hawkeye, as I will have a spoiler breakdown / review of episodes 1 and 2, as well as a watch party for not only the first 2 episodes, but every single episode of Hawkeye moving forward. That is all going to be on November 24th on my channel. The watch party starts at 2 a.m. Eastern time. Myself and Cam will have some cosplay surprises. You're not going to want to miss it. I guarantee it. You might be able to guess what she's going as, but what I'm dressed as might be a surprise. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Comment your expectations for Hawkeye down below, as well as your thoughts if you have seen the episodes already. And make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future MCU coverage. But that's going to do it. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.